Hello, hello, welcome back to another episode of Ignorance is Not Bliss. I'm recording a solo episode today. My boys are a bit busy and I took the last week off. I missed the last week because I was sick as fuck. My whole family got sick. Both my kids were throwing up and then me and my wife were throwing up. And I was sick for like 4 days. I was throwing everything up, couldn't eat or drink. I've been gone from the world for like 6 days, pretty much coming back. So I thought I'd just make a quick episode because we missed a week and I'm trying to be consistent. And also I just want to test out this new webcam that I got. I'm going to start streaming me and the boys playing some video games on Kick at night. Try and do that every night. Gonna make the channel name Ignorance is Not Bliss after this video. Don't really like seeing myself in the camera thing. It's kind of weird. I'll throw these glasses on. Maybe that'll help. Oh, yeah. But yeah, I just want to make an episode real quick. I don't know. It's kind of making like some weird episodes in the beginning of this. In the theory that if it does ever take off a little bit, some of these are just kind of for historical purposes. But also it's like, yeah, I mean, but what, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this podcast? I know why my co-host is doing it. I think, I know why Jamie's helping me out. Jamie's my brother-in-law. He's a good guy and it's for fun mainly. But, for me, I have, always been an extremely political person, extremely like observant of society. And I've had a very unique circumstances growing up, and I come from some pretty good families, and I've got a good head on me. Like my family is extremely smart, and they passed that down to me, and I feel like I can see things in society that other people don't see so clearly, and I have a lot to say about things, and I made this podcast as part of the reason so I don't fucking just go out and beat the shit out of someone in the middle of the street or something and just losing my fucking mind. Like, I gotta vent, and I think therapy is fucking bullshit. I mean, for men at least, so I've done more therapy than probably anyone you've ever met, and maybe it works because I'm actually, like, somewhat okay, but fuck therapy still, fuck that. Yeah, I started this podcast because I want to vent. I want to change people's perspective. I want to change society. And the truth is, you can't change society until you get people to see things in the same perspective that you do. Or at least, it's like, I feel like the house is on fire and the house has been on fire. It's like that meme and everyone says, this is fine. And it's like, it's not fine. Like, I think we'll be in a race war within the next, 5 to 10 years. But people don't, I'm a bit extreme. So hopefully I'm wrong, I guess. But it's like, I want to build a better future for my kids, and I just want to live in a better society and a better world, and I think it's possible. I just think that fucking retards have been running the show. The adults have not been in the room. The adults have not been adulting. Maybe I'm like the start of the cycle. I'm like one of the early people. If you think about like that quote of strong men create good times create weak men. It's like maybe I'm like one of those starting. I don't think I am the strong men yet. I think I'm still at like the edge of the cycle, but I really want the strong men to come around, and because even if I am not a strong man, I'm ready to go out there and I don't know, but so the first part of anything is, we have to agree, we have to understand what is right and wrong, and I don't know, I'm not like Jesus, I guess, I'm not like the complete moral compass, but I feel like I've got it pretty decently down, and yeah, I just want to I don't know. So that's like why I'm here, and I guess let me get into like what my qualifications are, and then I would understand why I'm so pissed off. It's like I am a fucking troubled, or I was a troubled youth. I'm an alcoholic. I'm a violent person. I've been arrested, not for violent crimes. I am also like from one of the smartest societies fucking maybe in the world. Who knows? I'm from Davis, California. It's a strange place. I grew up around. It is probably one of the most liberal places in the world, which is why I fucking hate liberals. I fucking hate them. And I understand them, and I know how evil they are. And also, it's weird because, like, I grew up around really smart people, and I did, like, get, I guess, a decent education. Sort of. I don't know. School is fucking retarded, and, like, honestly, most of my teachers were fucking retarded, so that's actually not kind of true. But at least I grew up around, like, other smart people, and I think that, like, pushed my own intelligence, because being around dumb people will fucking dumb you down, you know? But Davis is weird because it has one, like, they have super good school systems, so some of the only people who settle in Davis are, like, really smart people, like smart, wealthy people, and so they'll settle there for the schools because they're like super fucking good or whatever. And then, so yeah, there's a bunch of like smart people that fucking settle in this weird fucking shithole town that bikes around a lot. But yeah, I grew up around a lot of different smart fucking people, and I was very active as a kid. I grew up at like the precipice of the technology age. It's a strange, like my sister is 6 years younger than me, but she grew up with an iPad. Like she was literally an iPad baby. And I had a flip phone, you know, that was my first phone, and I rode around on my skateboard and got in fights, and I was still an outdoor fucking, like, I wasn't an iPad kid, but I'm fucking love video games. I love technology. I got into it, like, in my teenage years because it was, like, starting to come out. Like, I think when I was, like, 12, 13, I was, you know, like, the first iPhones and shit were coming out, and that's when we got them and stuff, and our brains weren't completely fried from, like, 5 years old. But, you know, society is fucked up. And I know society's fucked up because I went through the shit schools. I did a lot of crimes because I knew that I could get away with them because the laws would not affect me. You know, I stole a lot of shit, stole a lot of alcohol, which probably contributed to my alcoholism later in life. Because I knew they couldn't fucking touch me, and it's fine. And then I had the balls to do it, and then other fucking people would be like, hey, can you steal some alcohol for me? And I'm like, sure, dude, I'll go get some fucking alcohol for us. I don't give a fuck as long as we can drink it together. And, yeah, I don't know, but it was, I think it was a good thing to grow up in that era, not exactly in the iPad era. We went definitely way too far with technology. It's weird, I'm navigating that myself now with 2 kids. Like, we let our son watch TV when he gets home, and it works pretty well, like, you know, put on some YouTube, and we try to put on, like, good shit, but sometimes we'll leave it on for, like, an hour and a half, 2 hours, and I'm like, fuck, we gotta, like, do something else. Normally we go to, like, the park or something, but it's been hot as fuck. Summer just started. I don't want to go outside. I just fucking, like, turn the TV on. But I can't, like, I don't know, just put it in on an iPad on some fucking, like, spammy, fucking retarded American media shit, like, you probably fry your kid's brain, like, right off the bat. I don't know, so, interesting times. And then, yeah, I got sent to a rehabilitation place, which is a very interesting experience, life-changing. And I'll try to remain anonymous because I'm going to, you know, say a lot of controversial shit on this podcast, and people are going to want to probably fuck me up and fuck my kids up, and I wouldn't really give a fuck, but I got kids and a wife, so That's why I'm remaining anonymous. But I don't give a fuck. I'll tell you guys where I went. I went to Elements Wilderness in Utah. Was there for 9 weeks and 2 days, and I went to a place called Imbalance Ranch Academy in Arizona. Both were actually pretty excellent programs compared to some of the other programs out there. Not really gonna talk shit about them, but that's a weird place. I'll probably make an episode someday, kind of going into depth, like into detail about the rehabilitation, like recovery system in America. It's a weird niche thing not many people know about, and it's an exclusive market. You have to have money. Your parents have to have money to like try and even save like a kid with addiction issues or whatever the fuck is going on. But it kind of opened my eyes, because even like it's something that you would think is like so pure, like the job is to save children. You see evil and you see corruption and you see like people literally they don't give a fuck about the kids. They're there for money, and that's an eye-opening thing. So I have a lot of interesting perspectives, and that place was in Utah, and the ranch was in Arizona next to a city called Tombstone, where the OK Corral happened. One of the fucking coolest cities in American history. It was an interesting school. Actually, they included equine therapy. We rode horses 3 days a week. That was their equine therapy. We really just rode them around. It was fun as fuck. Played some polo sometimes. So yeah, I got to ride a horse pretty good. I saw some crazy shit there. I was one of the few people there. I'll just tell you one quick story about it. I was riding a horse bareback, and I was next to like the head trainer. She was this lady, like a 27-year-old lady. I was bareback on the horse, holding its mane. So when you're bareback on a horse, you hold it by its hair on the back of its neck, which it actually doesn't hurt them as much as you think it would. It obviously kind of feels like someone pulling on your skin more to them, but not like us when we pull hair. And you grab a lot of it, so it's like you're not just pulling out hairs. When you grab a lot, it's like no hair comes out. Their hair is a lot stronger and bigger, and yeah. So I was holding on to the horse, and she was riding this new horse. That's how it works. Like trainers ride the new young horses, and her horse spooked. It just went fucking crazy. Try to explain this to some people, but some animals it's kind of like humans. Every once in a while, every 1 in a million, there's some animals can't be trained. They can't be fixed. They're wild animals. Either they weren't trained enough in the beginning, or I don't know. But this horse just went fucking crazy, man. It lost its mind. It started bucking backwards, and so this is one image I can still see clear as day. This happened 10 years ago, but I can literally see it right now. Everything. And her horse started going backwards, took her backwards, and then this is where it got her. She was holding on because she knew how to ride, and then it fucking went forwards, and so it started bucking on its front 2 legs, which sent her forwards, and then went backwards again, and then did forwards again, and then she slipped off the front. This is right in front of me, and my horse starts freaking out seeing this shit. And she slipped off the front, rolled off the horse's shoulder, lands on her back, face up into and so she lands on her back face up, and the horse's hoof comes down on the trainer's face, and broke her nose, shattered her orbital, fucked her up. And then my horse went flying, bucking the fuck out of me while I'm bareback. So this is no saddle. He's just started running, flying, because they're herd animals, and he didn't know what the fuck's going on. And he started trying to get rid of me. Thank God I didn't go off. At least my horse isn't crazy. That horse was trying to kill her, trying to get her off no matter what. My horse was scared, running away. So it's if you fall off while your horse is running, it's not going to step on your face. It was a freak accident, and yeah, I remember. So I ran off, and then I held on, and then I got off the horse. My heart was pumping so bad. I literally started like running back over to, or started to like walk back over towards my trainer to help her like figure out what the fuck was going on. And in my hand, I look up and I'm holding a fucking shitload of horse. I'd held on so fucking tight, dude. I don't know how I didn't come off that horse. But by the time I was already walking over, she's walking back towards me, blood coming down her face. She's fucking screaming. Like, I saw so much blood. It was, oh my God, it was fucked up, bro. They took her in an SUV. We're like an hour and a half from the hospital. That was probably the worst fucking car ride for her ever, bro. Oh, we were far out there. They had a deal with Border Patrol. If any of us ran, the Border Patrol could use us as like practice, and they would hunt us down because we were technically missing children. So it was like a big deal if one of us ran away, and they could use Border Patrol. Like Border Patrol had a deal with the school. But yeah, so that was a interesting perspective. Then I came back to Davis, California, after seeing like some of the world, and brain still ain't fully developed, but and I was like, this school is bullshit too. Fuck this shit. I took the California High School Proficiency exam. I got out of school early and started going to community college, and then I started did that for a little and didn't really fuck with it, and I got a job, and I've been a working member of society and doing shit for 10 years, and I've just seen a lot about society. I've worked in the restaurant industry. Chipotle was my first fucking job ever, besides working for my stepdad as a contractor. And I was a cook. I did that for a couple of years. It was actually fun as fuck. It's just me working with a bunch of college bitches. Got some pussy out of it. Learned how to cook a little bit better. Got paid. When I started, I was making $12.50. Now they're paying those motherfuckers $20 an hour. California laws. But worked in the restaurant industry, and then I pretty much went straight back to construction. And I also worked at a rafting company for a couple of years in Cache Creek. That was a super sick job. It was really just a fun experience to go out there and work on the river. Was like a lifeguard and helped managing the boating operation, camping, cooking, shit, all that shit out there. And that shit was fun. And shout out to all the Cache Creek motherfuckers. But yeah, so it's I don't know, I've just been I feel like everyone goes through a more normal cycle of life than me, and isn't as acutely aware of the problems of society, because at pretty much all stages of my life I've been witnessing it. Through my working age, through my younger age, and even as a real young kid, third grade, I remember my black teacher at Davis fucking indoctrinating us about Obama and trying to turn the whole class against me because I said I was actually, one of my parents was conservative leaning. It's I'm a weird person, man. I feel like I represent the duality of I understand criminals, I understand fucking rich doctor people. My mom's a nurse. I met a lot of rich fucking doctors. I understand higher class society weirdos. And I'm smarter than fucking almost all of the people I've ever met in my life. So it's I don't know. I understand both sides of society. I've seen the lower end levels of corruption and the higher end. So yeah, I don't know. I'm doing this to try and make a difference, and that's going to be this little episode here. My caretaker coming back in, so I'll pause this one, probably do another one in a little. Thanks for watching.